Clap.
Clappers, welcome back to our bar.
Hello.
Our virtual representation of a bar.
We have
welcome
beers.
to the bar.
We have different beers than these beers.
Welcome to the Sweet Lies bar of the metaverse.
Yes, we're going to discuss things, and guess what? You will listen.
Of the real place.
You probably won't like it.
You'll either listen or you'll click off.
Yes.
So that's fine. Most of you only listen for 5 minutes.
So let's fill up these good 5 minutes. Okay, so today we are supporting 3 random breweries for no reason whatsoever. So, starting off with Edgewise. Let me see if I can put it in the
shot.
Shutters. Can you see it?
Shot.
There we go. Edgewise 8.
You have a monitor there.
I can barely see it.
Okay.
But Edgewise 8, it's a local brewery here in our little part of Texas, Weatherford, at the moment. This is very delicious, and we're going to be drinking it out of High Cotton Brewing Company out of Memphis, Tennessee.
Drinking out of High Cotton.
High Cotton. Didn't sound racist at all.
It's all right, man. We're kind of falling in like a lot of traps already. Like I noticed the last thumbnail of the it's like Greg and Porter do America and try ultra right beer. It's just like
Anyway,
ultra right.
this one's Martin House.
Apollo Creed.
Porter's never had this beer, so we're going to basically do a kind of little taste test to see if he likes it, because I haven't even had this either. I just said, hey, that looks delicious. Let's do that. So while I'm doing this, let's see if I don't spill this all over.
So this is beer?
This is beer.
You want to show them your new toy?
Huh? Oh, yes.
We got a fever. Got a fever, and the only prescription is right here.
Yeah, for beers.
For beer.
For beers.
So today we're gonna, as in the previous episode, if you haven't watched it, I still haven't decided if I'm gonna make them to splice these things together or not.
There's
But
a lot of head in that beer, but just give it a second.
yeah, let the sediment settle.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're gonna be diving back into chaos. We kind of are in a rough patch because we were experimenting with our new set, and now we're working with a different camera here and trying to get better and figure things out.
That one looks bad.
And I finally finished the book, so
Yeah,
now
so-
I can actually hold a discussion. But I do have
and
some.
I don't.
I
I'm
have
not
some
gonna fumble fuck through the. It's like I know everything that's happening,
and I chugged an energy drink on the way here.
but my
so
brain is so slow and my mouth is too fast, so nothing happens correctly. You know that Charles Manson, and CIA, is Jolly West at the same time? Did you know that?
Did you know
Because
that?
nobody knew that.
Because nobody knew that.
Yeah. Did you know that
Not
CIA
even Charlie
stands,
Manson knew that.
CIA stands for kinda if it's so aliens? I don't know.
Welcome to Between Two Ferns.
All right.
Greg's playing bartender,
I am
and I'm playing
drinker.
show.
Yeah, I'm
Runner.
playing show. I have a lot of things. When we get this a little bit set up a little bit better, you'll be able to see all of my toys, because I got some Ranger stuff, and then I'm gonna have my Spurs thing, and then I'm gonna have some Cowboys things, so everybody knows what I like. Maybe I'll have a grilled cheese randomly. Who knows?
Everybody knows.
All right.
Are you supposed to drink this at room temperature?
It's now temperature.
Okay.
Hey, cheers, buddy.
It's like 68 degrees.
Ah, that's good.
What is that again?
I don't know.
It is very stout.
It is. I think it's Scottish ale.
Scotch ale? Scottish ale?
Well,
Scotch.
the thing is, it's fucking 30 degrees out. So you need a blanket, and we don't have a whiskey, so we can't put it on a whiskey blanket.
That's not 30 degrees. It's only 48.
Is it?
Yeah.
Dude, my skin is so thin now.
Yeah, you're
Like, I don't understand it. I could be outside in like a t-shirt usually.
It's supposed to be 36.
See?
It's 42 right now.
Oh, not 48. If it was 6 degrees warmer, I'd feel so much warmer.
I was just judging from the car
Yeah.
on the way over here.
Well, stop judging, prick. Anyway.
That's
so,
what we do.
It is.
It's
what
my show. It's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to judge things.
It's not
'cause it's
yours.
our show.
It's ours.
It's our show, but it's my show where I can do what I want.
But it's also mine that I can do what I want at
Yeah.
the same time.
That's right.
Let's only talk about Cowboys for a while. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
No, just kidding. I could.
He could.
Because we just got defensive coordinator, Mike Zimmer, who used to be for the Cowboys back from 94 to 2006 when all we really had was
You'd
a
probably
decent
actually
defense.
garner an audience if you had the one
No,
Wolf
I
Cowboys
want-
cast.
I want our audience.
Well, we could do both, but
No,
you're
but-
gonna have to find somebody else to fucking put it together for you. You could use our shit, but I have to find time.
Anyway,
Stuff.
good Cowboy stuff's happening for us. We'll see what it does. If they can actually get a good run defense, offensively, I think we're fine.
It's 41 degrees outside, and the taping of this podcast is 2/18/24. So,
Yes, 2/18/24, the year of stuff, and Israel.
the
Boo earns.
okay.
Yeah, we're not going to get into that talk. Anyways, there is some context there, and I'm not just throwing a blanket over just a regular nation. It's just I don't like what's happening, and we'll delve more into it. I don't want to leave you on a cliffhanger because we do want to get to this chaos book. And the fun part is show them the new one.
The new one
That we're actually
well, chaos
jumping
chaos has a lot of loose ends. So
yeah.
what you'll find conclusively, if you've read the book, and what I've drawn from it, is that, well, like I said, there's a lot of loose ends. It's inconclusive. You can't draw direct evidence because, well, it's it just there's just you can't draw a direct connection because a lot of the evidence statements and things have been redacted and or covered up by three-letter agencies and whatnot that were closely involved or records were destroyed.
I need to interrupt you real quick. So for that, throw up alert.
So anyway,
I'm a couple of chapters into this book. It's very interesting so far. It's heavy-handed on Dallas.
yes, yeah.
Hi.
All right, back again. Yep, sorry.
Sorry, stuff went stupid. Anyway,
Not that you would be listening. It's an instant cut for you.
Yeah,
you fine viewers
anyways.
at home.
hi.
Hi again.
Hello.
So, anyways, we were talking about some CIA scandalous conspiracy theories. It's not really theories. It's more or less like
scandaliferous,
it's
expialidocious.
Anyways, chaos leaves you with a lot of loose ends, a lot of like leads and stuff you can dive deep into. But it's
then
like
there's more.
It's just like circling the rabbit hole. And
And also, I also downloaded the book Libra that he talks about in the book. He's talking about in Chaos.
Okay.
He's talking about Libra. It's a book about Lee Harvey Oswald.
Okay.
And they
'cause I
do a
need to
deep
go-
dive into him.
There is a whole list of sources. I actually have the physical book right there in that bag.
Yeah, but I'm gonna.
But anyways, we can't get into it today. But for those that are interested, going the CIA route, the
So
Devil's
far,
Chessboard.
it's a good listen. If you're not much of a reader, it is a good listen.
The
so far.
dude's voice is boring as shit.
Oh, it is. He's an old man, but like
It's like I
the
think
materials.
They did that. I think they did that shit on purpose.
Yeah,
just
so-
bore you to tears, and
It's
you
like,
won't
oh my
care.
god! But the thing is if you're actually paying attention to the information, you're like, yeah, this guy, the delivery kind of blows, but it's like, well, hold on, let's talk about.
Wait
this.
a minute.
I want to find that book that I'm. Let's see, David Talbot. He's the one who wrote this, The Devil's Chessboard. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I recommend so far. I mean, it might end up sucking later. I don't know. I can't give you information. I'm not going to lie to you and say it's the best fucking thing I've ever read in my whole life. I'm only 2 chapters in, maybe 3.
It's like the best thing. Right? Ratings and shit like that's all subjective.
It's called Libra by Don DeLillo. Yeah, he was talking about that, and it is. Shut up, dude. Like I'm. Fuck off, Audible. But if I get this right, it's a book basically talking about Lee Harvey Oswald and the whole shebang and like his comings and goings from birth to death. I think. How old was he when he died? I don't know. I think he was like what, mid-30s?
Yeah, he was in his 20s.
He was 24.
Okay, now it's cooperating.
Dude, he was 24 years old. What the shit?
Yeah, he's a young buck. He was young and impressive little communist. That
Dude,
one.
look at his face.
Yeah.
That does not look like somebody who's 24. Man, people age like shit back then.
But they also stayed skinny
Yes, they did.
for a long.
Oh, he's buried here in Fort Worth. Cool.
But everybody smoked everywhere in all the places. So
Yeah, that's true.
And
He was born in New Orleans.
here we go.
Hey, look at that. He's born in your neck of the woods.
Well, 6 hours south of my neck of the woods.
I mean,
it's 6
you're
hours
still-
south of my
you're
neck of the
still
woods.
a fucking Louisiana. Still coon ass.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I am.
Well, I mean, you were born a coon-ass.
Yeah, there was a guy that moved from Shreveport to Austin before me, and they called him Cajun. And I'm like, but it's Shreveport.
Dude, look at that.
He's not.
Are they saying that Brock Purdy looks just like Lee Harvey Oswald?
They just might be.
It's like, okay, well, cool. He was dead before he was even remotely close to born because, like, Brock Purdy's like 22, so that means he was born in maybe 23?
Yeah.
So that means he was born in 2001? 30, well, let's see. Hold on, let's see when he was born. When did he die? 63? So...
Day after JFK? Yeah. The next day.
No, it was 2 days after. 11/22.
Oh.
11/22.
Okay.
63.
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
Stephen King wrote a book on it.
I know. But
With the actual date. Cause of death. Dead. No, it's just a cause of death. Jack Ruby.
right. MK Ultra.
Yeah.
COINTELPRO. Chaos.
The mob.
Well,
I mean,
I thought,
I'm pretty sure they're the ones who. I'm pretty sure they ordered the hit.
Sidney Gottlieb or whoever.
Yeah.
But what you got?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they ordered the hit. Now, who told them to order a hit? And that's another thing in the book.
Yeah.
That they're like the first part of the book that it says it's like don't worry about who shot the bullet. Like it's like pay attention to who told him to shoot. Like that kind of thing.
Yeah, the man behind the trigger.
I wish I honestly.
The man behind the trigger man.
Yeah, I really wish I remember. My memory sucks. That's why I don't need to give book reports.
It's not about giving book reports. It's about like knowing the information well enough to talk about it.
Well, yeah, and I do. I know it well enough to say, but like the actual quote that he said about him was, I just like the way he put it, and I just too dumb to remember.
I'll put that quote up.
Yeah.
This quote that we're trying to figure out.
It's right here. Just put
right
it in my
here.
hands.
It's right here now.
We lift you up to the Lord.
Give me.
Hey, by the way,
the words magically appear.
Are you doing? Speaking of, we are past this week. We were past Ash Wednesday. I gave up donuts.
Are you already done? Wait, I thought Lent goes to Easter.
I gave up donuts. I'm saying Ash Wednesday is past.
Oh,
Yes,
so
Ash
you've
Wednesday.
begun Lent.
Yes,
what
I have
you're saying.
begun Lent.
He's begun Lent.
Yes. So I have a weakness, and even though it is beer, one of them, but the one that will, because I don't drink beer enough for it to kill me, like at a detrimental rate. Yeah. Donuts,
it
on
hasn't
the other
consumed you.
Donuts, on the other hand, that is like a 3 days a week at least, and that is being generous.
Yeah, it's 7-Eleven, man.
No, fuck 7-Eleven.
I
no,
know,
Korean,
but they give you a free donut with an extra large coffee, and it's right there at the register.
That's why you get Folgers. You get your own coffee. You can buy a big canister.
Well, I normally
that lasts
grind
like a
my
month.
own. I normally grind my own beans at home with organic coffee from Chiapas.
I like to spoon in my own grains from
yeah,
the
but
Folgers
Folgers is not organic though.
The fuck it isn't. It's beans ground up into a fucking canister. And
organically grown doesn't necessarily mean that they haven't sprayed the plants with pesticides.
Fuck it,
man, because it's
Monsanto, baby. Let's get it on.
I like Rudamaya.
I mean,
it's tasty.
Okay,
it's good.
Well, if I was rich like you, then I would have fucking
It's $15 for 2 pounds, but that lasts me over a month.
2 pounds? Mm-hmm. Where do you get it?
I get it at Costco. Try it out, man.
I got a Costco card.
You got a grinder?
No. Does it come pre-ground? Post-ground?
No, it comes in the beans, the whole beans.
The whole beans, nothing but the beans.
Get you a bag. I'll
beans,
buy you your first bag.
And
I'll let you have my old grinder. I saved it.
God, it seems like a lot of work, but I'll try it.
It's not just grind it up.
You know, hey, just grind me up, just like
okay,
like
I'll grind you up a bag,
like just a small baggie.
You want some of this?
I do.
Some of this.
I want
give you some of this
right there. That little guy. I want some of that. What? I'm talking about
the baby,
his little wiener.
The baby?
No, I was talking about his wiener.
Okay.
Anyway, so speaking of beans, we're gonna spill the beans on chaos, right? So we have. I understand it's a stupid segue, but a lot of things have happened.
You can go back and listen to the Joe Rogan Tom O'Neill thing.
Dude, please, you should.
Our take on it, I mean, it's a good book. You should read the book, but I mean,
no. What you should do is you should read the book first, listen to us second, and then listen to Tom O'Neill not fuck up his own words like we're going to. And then you'll get a really good perspective on this whole thing. But Even the podcast, because you finished the whole thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, so because I've listened to it like 3 times.
Well, I didn't finish the podcast. I was like halfway through it on the way here. By then,
You were listening. You started listening to it a couple of days ago.
yeah, but I got pulled aside doing other shit.
That's what driving's for. When you're driving,
Yeah, well,
and then
I wasn't driving very far. I haven't been doing a lot of driving. Not this week. Well, no. Well, I did a lot last week. I finished Chaos.
That's true.
So give me.
Anyway,
I just have too much shit going on.
So anyway, we're gonna give you our take on it. But it's a very interesting read. Tom O'Neill is very interesting. That he goes into
20 years of your life dedicated to the.
well, he does it in the third person, which is not third person, first person.
Yeah,
not
first
third
person.
Yeah, I don't know why it's a third. He's like, yeah, Tom O'Neill was doing these things. Anyway, he goes to the first person in the book, and he basically is describing, instead of telling a story, he's telling his story as he's
telling the journey.
Yeah, he's telling the journey and his infinite wisdom, and it's a fantastic book. If you have any kind of conspiracy-minded things rattling around in your brain about
If you ever wanted to
Manson,
deep dive into
CIA, a little bit of government fuckery, shit that just doesn't sit well with you, shit about the Kennedy assassination, if anything seems a little hinky, read this book and then you will kind of like piss yourself off even more. So,
well, you also trust your government even less.
yeah, which I mean is...
Yeah, I mean, you should already.
Oh, my back.
I mean, you should, yeah.
So,
But there's another connection. Remember the behavioral sync stuff that, what's his name, Gottlieb or Calhoun, Sidney Calhoun or somebody?
Sidney Gottlieb. SG.
Gottlieb, but it was James Calhoun that was doing the rat utopia experiment, which has been popping up.
That sounds right.
Where he was doing he wasn't doing much of a control. He was mixing rats and mice, and he was injecting them with LSD and figuring out the behavioral sync stuff.
I don't remember the name, but I do remember that. I remember that part of the book.
Well, he was doing the research for the National Institute of Mental Health, and if you're a child that grew up in the late 80s, early 90s, you remember there was this kids movie called The Secrets of NIMH.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I went ahead and watched it. Yeah, it's about a bunch.
When did you watch that?
This weekend.
Shit, you should have told me. I would have watched it.
I wanted to surprise you.
I haven't seen it.
I wanted to surprise you and go, holy shit.
Dude, I haven't seen it in 20 years.
Yeah, it's
I remember
it's
it
on
was
Amazon.
Weird. I just remember it was fine. Like, what is this?
It was the first movie where Don Bluth broke away. He was like the top artistic director for Disney Animation Studios at the time, and he broke away from Disney to make that movie. He got like the best animators and things.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Yeah. Interesting.
And he made The Secrets of the NIMH, which is based on a book that I read in 4th grade called Mrs. Brisby and the Rats of NIMH. But it's about written from the perspective of
I don't think I've ever read that book.
It's a short read. I remember reading it like in 4th grade.
No, I know.
Back our teacher was she encouraged.
So the movie's
us to-
based on that book.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
But it's about these rats. Like it's kind of a sub narrative because it is a children's movie, but they're the rats of NIMH, and NIMH was the rats used in the research, the rats and the mice used in the research project from the National Institute of Mental Health.
So that was Jimmy?
Huh?
Calhoun?
Yeah,
Something like that.
Calhoun.
Okay. I don't remember the name, but I remember the experiment.
I forgot to bring I have my notebook around here somewhere that I had stuff prepared, and I have stuff.
Is it in your backpack?
Yes, it's in my backpack.
Here, go ahead. You keep talking about James Calhoun. I got it.
Okay. Well, they experimented with LSD and amphetamines on mice, and because for some reason humans also, when it comes to rats, and you want to run a preliminary experiment that you're about to run on a bunch of humans, you run it on rats and mice and other rodents. It's the book itself. There it is. Here's the book, kids. But yeah, I'll just go ahead and quote the book.
Such a good book.
Like the San Francisco Project, Roger Smith, talked about him last time. He was Maryland. He was Charlie's old parole officer.
Yep.
Yep.
Is it Roger?
Roger Smith.
Shit, I kept saying Russ.
And then Dr. Dave was doing the same shit because they were all affiliated with the hate the HAMSA.
HABC. No,
Yeah.
whatever.
The Hate Ashbury Clinic, free clinic.
HF. No. HAFMC. That's what it was.
Welcome to the worst conspiracy theory podcast ever. Anyways,
It will be blatant lies that you can definitely see, but
This
our
is
delivery
sweet
system
lies.
will make you fucking believe it. It's like, God damn. It's like, you know what?
John B. Calhoun. Okay, I was right. Like the San Francisco Project and Rother Smith's amphetamine research project, some of David Smith's research, according to his academic
There's a lot of
papers,
Smiths.
was funded by the National Institute of Mental Health, which, as mentioned earlier, later acknowledged that the CIA used it as a front for LSD research. And though David never mentioned in his writing, his work owed a clear debt to the landmark research of another NIMH psychologist, John B. Calhoun, who studied rat populations since 1946.
So it wasn't Jimmy. It's old Johnny Boy.
John
Calhounies.
John Calhoun.
Gotcha.
But that's where he figured out the behavioral sink, and a lot of people are bringing that up in modern parlance on various podcasts here and there.
What does parlance mean?
Nomenclature. Speech.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Speech.
I've never heard anybody say parlance in any conversations I've ever had my whole life.
Sorry, reading kind of worked the gears.
I don't
a
know
little bit.
smart people.
I'm the only smart person I know.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. Wait, I'm the only smart person he knows.
Sure.
Or that's willing to have the show.
That's true.
Because everybody else is like scared to have their opinions out.
Yeah, we're talking about you, Matt. Anyway.
Don't name drop. I didn't.
I didn't say anything about Matt. Anyway, so yeah, it's
What are you afraid of?
I don't know. Giving opinions and having people like lambast him for it, I guess.
Who's gonna lambast him?
I don't know. That's a fun word, though.
We have like
I know a smart one.
We have 5 subscribers.
Hey, we have 6.
And you know what I think? I think like because
You know the sad part is we've been doing this for 3 years, and we have 1 growth.
Yeah, I know.
We're awesome at this.
It's
No, I think it's just because.
the podcast boom has reached its apex and it's on its way out.
Well, yeah,
So-
because like even Shaq started one. I was like, dude.
Well, that's why it's like we do this stuff where we could talk about shit, but maybe we should like go further into production and like start making like concept videos.
Okay, well here's a concept.
We could have our little chit chats.
Okay, so who's gonna be Charles Manson in our little movie?
Oh. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean we have to do the dramatic reenactment. We might
Okay,
actually
you know what?
We
Here-
might have to get rights for that shit. But
Okay,
I'm-
well we're getting a little off subject just a little bit. All right, so let's talk more about. I want to learn more. Let me hear what you think about this book, about Tom O'Neill's work and the CIA, because I understand. I think I know where you're going with it.
we uncovered a lot of like crazy shit. Is how the government was probably under like Sidney Gottlieb and what's the name
Alan Dulles,
Alan. Well, with his approval.
Jolly West.
And yeah, Jolly West, he's the big mad scientist in this whole thing. Like, this is basically the government really playing with mind control.
Fucking fast and loose for real.
Fast and loose as it ever gets. I mean, you're literally trying to use psychedelic drugs, other hypnosis, and basically just kind of different, like, all this crazy mind-bending shit to create, like, covert assassins. People that don't know they're assassins, and that's the Jimmy Shaver case that you talked about.
Dude, Jimmy
that
shit. That shit. That's
poor
it's
guy.
wild.
Poor guy. Like they managed to create the situation where they could take out old memories from someone's brain and implant new ones. That is fucked up.
And the fact that he just like walked out, like had no clue what happened, and then just like snapped and just remembered everything.
And who was that guy that Tom O'Neill was talking about? He was trying to like do cover. There was somebody else who was trying to start writing on this stuff, and all these people that think they might have been victims of MK Ultra start coming out of the woodwork because they were straight up. The government was straight up set up like Operation Midnight Climax. They set up harems. They set up harems where they would lure guys in, and the prostitutes would feed them LSD, and there'd be like one-way mirror where everybody's observing each other, and then you had
not everybody. It was just Jolly West sitting there. He had a bed in his fucking like in the back room, and he would just hang out and just watch all day long,
just watch.
all night.
Yeah, just
hang
watch.
out, fucking probably yanking.
Yeah,
it.
even you know.
Yeah.
Fireman time. Thank you, Willem Dafoe. But anyways, they're doing some messed up stuff, and then they set up they infiltrated the hippie movement like through programs. None of this stuff is like direct. It's just like this could possibly connect to that, and this could possibly connect to that. It's like Charlie with the with the board.
Borg.
Did you have a spillage? But yeah, no, man, CIA's doing some messed up stuff. And they're probably doing messed up stuff because at the time, the CIA was ideologically captured by the conservative right under, like, Reagan and shit.
Hey, before we get more into it.
But then now
you don't do Lent, right?
I'm not a Catholic.
Oh, that's true. Okay,
That's
go ahead.
a Catholic
Anyway,
sacrament.
Sorry.
No.
Anyway, I got 40 days of suffering without donuts in them. I'm like only a few days in and it hurts.
That poor guy.
Anyway, so, yeah, the CIA does some crazy shit. And the fact is that...
Well, 3-letter agencies have gotten out of hand.
DEA,
They were out of hand
ATF,
from forever.
FBI,
Anybody knows anything about Waco?
NSA.
Yeah.
Oh, Waco's wild.
Yeah. Or Ruby Ridge and just like name off.
Ruby Ridge I don't know about. And I have a book that I'm going to start reading.
That'll make you mad.
See, here's the bad thing. Is that there's this... I like learning and I like reading stuff. And I want to get into things, and I've been trying to get into World War One. I know a lot about World War Two, but I'm ADHD like crazy apparently because
we all are. It's
I
all
start
the fluoride
hopping around, and
it's all the fluoride in the water and the toothpaste.
and then doing the show with Captain Dipshit over here. He starts getting me on other things, and then I start pulling on more fucking threads. So now I'm on. So instead of doing that...
Well, I'm turning you into a more interesting person.
Thank you. I know lots of information. So not only am I doing
If
MK
anything,
Ultra...
it'll affect the way you vote.
Not only am I doing MK Ultra shit, I'm doing CIA shit, I'm doing the Devil's Chessboard. I got Libras talking about Lee Harvey Oswald. And then out of nowhere, I got the 30 Years War got brought up. Because they were talking about some shit and something I was reading, and then Palestine, Israel and Palestine. I'm learning Daryl Cooper's 30 hours of Israel and Palestine, and that's going to be a whole thing.
Okay, yeah, I got to dig into that myself.
And it's so fucking interesting.
That's okay.
Anyway, so the whole Ruby Ridge, I don't know anything about. That's next. Like I'm going to get into that, which is more conspiracy, controversy kind of shit. And then after that, then there's the Vince McMahon, and now Brock Lesnar just pled guilty to
Let
some
that
shit.
play itself out. Everybody else is going to be covering it. That's the thing.
I understand.
That's the thing, man.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's just so much shit happening. Election season's happening.
Yeah.
Tom O'Neill, he's our friend, and we don't know him, but we love this. We love his work.
We don't love it. It's just like good work, man.
It's good. I mean,
but
it's
I'm
20
sorry
years.
you couldn't. I'm sorry you couldn't connect the dots. It's like it's all circumstantial. Every bit of it is circumstantial. You cannot connect directly because.
But I mean, there's.
It's like you can get close.
How many coincidences can you really have?
Yeah.
Before it's like, all right. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. He gives me shit all the time where I'm start pulling threads and like, dude. You're grasping at straws. Like this connection here for here. See how this connects? No, bullshit. It does not connect. You're just like it just happened to fall that way and I do it to him all the time, but I'm reading this book and I'm like
that whole 13 thing popped up.
Fuck off.
I'll tell you why, because you live in and my friend
give out my address on this podcast.
And
how about no, but yeah, my address.
We're not live.
How about this? My address comes up to 13. Yes. In some kind of way, it comes up to 13.
And so does my friend. He lives at.
I'm saying my numbers. Fucking numbers.
I mean, it comes up to 13. It's all 13, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, my.
Hey, I didn't start.
Okay, fine. My ex-wife's lucky number was 13. She actually signs her name with a 13 in it.
Well,
My son was born on Friday the 13th.
Uh-huh.
See? It all connects.
No, I'm just saying 13 keeps on popping up. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, you can...
I'm just saying.
Okay.
It's just 13, man.
I understand. Anyway, so chaos.
Chaos.
Yes. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry for our shenanigans and our ADHD, ADD craziness, but
welcome to the Sweet Lies Bar.
I mean, this is pretty much okay. So we try to cultivate.
All it's missing is the jukebox.
What we do, and what we do is
curate. We try to curate.
No, we want to cultivate an environment that you are here with us, with two fucking idiots talking at a bar about shit that they kind of half know, and then
with microphones,
and you're sitting there listening to us next to us, and you're either going, "These guys are making a lot of sense," or "These guys are fucking stupid." We're not sure what they're doing, but all right. Because here, I'll put it to you: if you've ever been to a dive bar, and I'm pretty sure the people that actually watch our stuff and listen to us have been to a dive bar a time or two. Right?
This beer is so strong.
Time or two, yeah. Ugh. I know. Well, good thing is you have Modelo's sitting right there.
This beer is so strong, I'm going to have to, take some mezcal to take the edge off.
No, it's fun. Anyway, so if you've been to a dive bar a time or two, and a dive bar where you have older people power drinking.
Older peepers.
Peepers. They're if you know the bar with the cheapest shit, that means they'll go in there and they power drink all night long. You were bound to listen to a conversation with some people who have no fucking clue what they're talking about, like at all.
We have an idea.
Or
we're just not good at talking about it.
No, we're great at talking about it. We get sidetracked a lot.
Yes,
and it's my fault a lot. But what happens is that you have guys that will either one have conversations and you already know the information that they're talking about. Like for me, I'll listen to people talk about football and they just have no fucking clue what's going on. And I'm just like, what? You're all dumb. You're so
He has an autistic attack.
stupid.
He has an autistic attack.
It's like I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna get my crayons and I'm gonna just start fucking. This is how this happened. You stupid shit. He never played for us. You stupid mother. Or,
why do you think people intentionally lie about sports?
it's not. I don't think they're lying. I think they just don't know and they just start talking, thinking that they know.
They just want to be accepted by the group, by the tribe.
And it's not even that. They're just talking to their friend and their friend's like, Yeah. Wasn't that crazy when that happened? Look, it never happened. It never happened. Or here's the other one. Then you have people who actually know well in depth into a subject, and you're just like doing this.
It's like, holy shit, man.
It's like, hey, why are you looking at it? It's like, I didn't know any of that. I'm learning. Thank you. You just start listening to their conversations like, holy shit, did you hear what you fucking said? That's like, he can't believe it.
It's like, bartender, give me 2 more.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just going to keep listening to this shit. It's like, fuck. I didn't know that. And that's what we are. This is where the CIA is, they murder people and they completely...
or they use mind control to get people to murder other people.
So back on...
Or to infiltrate radical organizations.
Do you want more of this? Or are you going to... No.
Whew.
You have a fridge full of light beer.
I think I'll cleanse the palate a little bit.
Okay.
Bartender.
So anyway, we have this great book, and like the history of Manson is crazy, right? Because a guy who was okay. I'm gonna go into Ted Kaczynski in a second, but a guy who was basically abused as a child has been ran through the system in every which way possible. And while he's in prison, he learns how to hypnotize people. And at the same time, the CIA / Jolly West can conduct his experiments on prisoners in the San Francisco area where he is in prison. No, San Francisco, L.A.
Well, no. He was
wherever he was.
He was allowed to go to San Francisco because he was out of that jurisdiction and wasn't originally.
Well, no. I'm talking about when he was still in prison. Like they could do, while he just happened to be in prison at the same time.
Who taught him hypnotism though?
It was just a prisoner, somebody
something
in there.
he picked up in there.
It was something,
and he was also crazy about that book, Stranger in a Strange Land.
Yes,
that's like where he crafted and curated his personal like philosophy that would start the kind of the mythos for his little cult thing that was happening, you know.
Okay,
good. So yes,
yeah, I need to kind of just cleanse it just a little bit. Oh. Anyway,
that's
so
a stout ass beer, man.
He learned that shit. At the same time, Jolly West is able to conduct experiments on prisoners through mind control experiments
in the prison system.
In
the whole prison system, they were like. Yeah.
So he gets out. He moves to San Francisco, even though he has zero permission to do it from the higher ups. But he's just allowed to. Ends up at the Haight-Ashbury Clinic, and I know we're skipping along, but you really need to read this book in depth because we're just going to give you a basic.
Yeah, we're giving the podcast on it. We don't have to summarize the book.
Yeah. Anyway, so he does that, and I know what Porter wants to get to is how the fuckery of the CIA. I think that's your angle.
That's my angle.
And
I want a definitive connection to these three-letter agencies,
which is crazy because the murders happened. And before all the murders happened, there's so many times that he's been arrested, he has been stopped by police, things have happened, and they just catch and release, Shit that
he violates parole, and they never
many times
they don't hang on to him because
so many times
it's in the podcast where Tom Mino's talking to Joe. He's he was talking to somebody. I forgot that was close to the case, and he says, "Yeah, they had to keep letting him out because he's an asset. He was an asset for the CIA."
But for who?
Who? The CIA. I mean, speculatively, the CIA.
For who?
The CIA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And here's what's fun about
and they
CIA.
just let him go do his thing.
And they just let us go, and because the Sharon Tate, Roman Polanski, and all that shit doesn't happen. If he's exactly where he needs to be, because even his parole, himself said, I think it was his parole. The parole office there's no way he lasts on parole. He's going to be back in prison. So
even fast. He said he's I'm not gonna be able to keep it.
It was him. He's I'm gonna go right back to jail. There's no way I'm gonna be here. And the thing is that he was actively trying to go back to jail. He's like a guy who is embedded in the system. Who wants to go back? He keeps fucking up like crazy. And they just keep letting him out.
Yep.
He doesn't even make it. He just goes to straight jail. He should have been in prison, not jail. He's okay, you just go right.
Let's go do this and find some stuff out for us.
He's get out of here, you silly goose.
But he even wasn't in the murders. That's the thing.
That's the thing is he didn't. I don't know if he even killed anybody.
He didn't. He didn't kill a soul. Not to that degree. Not with.
I mean, they basically got him on RICO charges.
Yeah, no La Bianca, no. His hand wasn't in those murders.
Said,
He'd probably killed somebody at some point, right?
Well, there is one.
He killed somebody in prison or something.
No, they talked about there's bodies being. Well, no, they said he stabbed somebody.
That at the end of the book, the ass end of the book, what was that dude's name?
I don't know. I think it was a black dude. I don't know why.
Dude, he was trying to kill himself. He was
no, and that's the thing is he wasn't.
It was trying to
place
him as suicidal.
He wasn't trying to commit suicide. They killed him. They said that they said that he wanted to commit suicide, but there was no indication. Why would he book a hotel room for
Tenerelli?
Yeah. No, he was an Italian kid.
Yeah, Tenerelli.
Who somehow, when he signed his name in, misspelled his own name on the register, which makes no sense. But the thing is, when himself, because the lady who knew him said that he showed up, he booked the room for a month, if you're going to kill yourself, why the fuck would you do that?
So Robert Denton, the surgeon who conducted Tenarelli's autopsy, told me he never believed the case was a suicide. He only called it that under pressure from the coroner's office. Looking over his own report.
When Tom O'Neill actually went to talk to the coroner, and there was another guy, I can't remember his name. He was the one who pressured him.
See where I wrote, this man seems to be a suicide? I wasn't happy with this. That's why I wrote seems. He shook his head.
Exactly.
There were bum things going on here. It appeared to him now, as it probably did then, that Tenarelli had been in a fight or drag.
Here's a fun thing.
Shot.
When they did the autopsy on him, they said that he went to the liquor store and bought 2 full bottles of whatever liquor that he bought, because I can't remember which one. But he bought 2 full bottles. They were empty when they found his body.
Yeah, but he had
he had blood alcohol
a BOC
content
of 0.03. 0.03.
Somebody who basically didn't even drink.
Yeah.
He had like a sip.
Doesn't even qualify as
He couldn't even have a full one of these.
Yeah,
but somehow, hold on, since we're doing visual displays, had 2 full ones of these that were empty.
Yep.
But his blood alcohol content wasn't even one of these. 0 cents. So they covered it up because I think they didn't want to have a murder on their books. So they covered it up to say that
somebody
he
had the
killed
answer
himself.
for it, but maybe not. I don't know.
So anyway,
the CIA.
I don't think that was the CIA. That wasn't CIA. I think that was them, their hometown, saying like, "Hey, I don't want to say that somebody got murdered here, and the hippies are over here trying to fuck people up. Yeah. So let's just cover it up and just say it's a suicide."
Hippies.
I mean, because that's what they were.
Never liked them.
I mean, seriously, like they had the. Because like this is what we wanted to talk about. The CIA's bullshit.
Yep.
Is that not only did they have a hand in Manson, they did. It's not a conspiracy. It's what happened.
Yeah.
The catch and release bullshit when he should have been in prison by 15 fucking times, and he was out to basically tell Tex Watson and Linda Kasabian. Or no.
Yeah. Linda Kasabian.
And what was the other one?
Kitzinger.
No. It's like Sydney. No.
No, it's
Hunter. No, not Hunter.
Kathy Gillies, Kitty Litzinger.
No.
Sandy Good.
No.
Brenda McCann.
No. The one
Leslie
who.
Van Houten.
No.
Tex Watson. Patricia Kernwinkle.
No.
They were in the family.
No.
Kasabian.
Atwood. Susan Atwood. Susan something. The one who got fucked by Bugliosi. The one they screwed her over.
That was Kasabian, wasn't it?
No. It was like
Bad at this.
Susan Atwood.
It might have been Atwood.
Something like that. It was
Atkins.
Yeah.
Susan Atkins.
You know what? Kiss my ass. I was close, and I've been drinking. So
you know, at this point, just go watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and call it a day.
And then watch Brad Pitt just beat the living dog shit out of him. Oh, and then Leo get a flamethrower. Oh, it's fantastic. Anyway, so no, not only they have a hand in that, then they have the gall to have Jack Kennedy assassinated because they did. Because they did. Grassing old my ass, magic bullet theory doesn't mean shit. And the fact that the comedian Dick Gregory is the one who brought that on Geraldo, which is crazy. And then Jolly West, who has been controlling, who is a part of Jimmy Shaver, who ended up murdering a 3-year-old.
Yeah, because of implanted memories.
And he lost his shit because it reminded him of
they implanted that it was like his sister or somebody.
Yeah, that used to abuse him.
They implanted that in him.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It wasn't legit. Like,
no, but I'm talking
memory.
about like that's what he was thinking of when it happened.
Yeah.
So he murdered a 3-year-old who, by the way, was playing in a parking lot by her.
Well, it was a heat wave.
It doesn't matter.
Parents couldn't sleep.
So they're in a bar drinking while the kids are playing in a bar parking lot.
Took that job. Maybe they were in Texas.
They were in Texas. That was in Lackland. That was in San Antonio.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Anyway. 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 So, anyways, they planted those thoughts in his head. He goes murders a 3-year-old. And then he has no idea, obviously under mind control because the shit's just crazy. And then they murdered Jack Kennedy.
Yeah.
He dies. And then Jack Ruby goes and shoots Lee Harvey Oswald, even though Lee Harvey Oswald, while he's getting, I'm a patsy.
Yeah.
Which is obvious because
if
you looked into the magic bullet theory,
nobody gets off 3 shots, and were there any bullets from the Miriam Carcano?
I don't think so.
Like they just kind of like there was a full bullet.
They just
there was a full shell.
It was a full shell with the fucking everything intact.
Yeah.
If anybody has ever shot anything,
yeah,
anything,
and the bullet was
the cartridge just doesn't show. It doesn't do that.
It's impeccable.
Doesn't happen. So then somehow Jolly West, who is embedded in the CIA, and his SG handler Sidney Gottlieb, somehow worms his way into being the psychological counsel, or he goes to evaluate Jack Ruby, who is of sound mind, and everybody said beforehand he's fine. Like he's just like, yeah, whatever. Shit happens. And then he goes talk to him, and then he loses his fucking shit. He loses it. He's talking about Jews being burned in the streets. He's like, they're all coming after him because he's Jewish. He's like, oh, we gotta protect ourselves. They're fucking killing all the Jews. Oh shit! No.
Somebody dosed him with some bad sunshine.
Bad enough to where he loses his mind. To where the judge is like, dude, I don't trust a fucking word this guy says. I'm going to get my independent psychological evaluator. He comes in and is like, I don't know what, this dude's legitimate crazy. He's lost his fucking mind. So he's losing his shit. He is going crazy. So that happens. And it's like, I mean, can we get control of this shit?
No.
I mean, we not only do we have that, we got secret wars going on.
Height of the Cold War.
I mean, come on.
And I mean, well, Kennedy wanted to dismantle that comes into the Allen Dulles stuff.
Yeah, and then Allen Dulles, him getting fired by Jack Kennedy because of the Bay of Pigs incident, because like we don't want to do this.
That
shit.
was one of the things.
And then somehow Allen Dulles, who the airport's named after, is it DC? Dulles Airport?
Dulles International, yeah.
I think that's DC. Yeah.
Dulles is Die Hard 2.
Die Hard 2. And that's where it all comes together. And you know who's losing his mind and can't speak right now? Bruce Willis.
That's where it all lines up.
Coincidence? I think not.
I think. Wonderful. That's
what I'm saying is that the fact that, like, not only did he get fired by JFK because of the Bay of Pigs incident, even though he had this immaculate record, fucking doing all this shit, you rich piece of shit. Anyways, this whole thing, I can't wait to get into this book because they're talking about how the fucking Dulleses were involved in, like, praising the Nazis.
We're going balls deep down
for their
rabbit
victory in France.
We're going balls deep down.
Even though, like,
baby,
who the fuck is supporting this shit? Because they're like, hey, they're exterminating Jews, but hey, they took over the French. So that's pretty cool, right? And then there's like, oh, well, hold on, he's kind of crazy. Well, shit, they're invading Poland and fucking everything. Oh, shit. All right. Well, I don't know about that.
Anyways,
and then here's the fun part and it just starts in the fucking like first or second chapter. So they start getting into it, and they say that, oh, shit, I just lost my train of thought. No, I got it. So then JFK gets assassinated, the guy who fired Allen Dulles, and he is part of the Warren Commission.
Yeah.
They said to the point where he's conducted, the guy who fired him and said, no, fuck you. You suck, dude. And they tarnished his career, and he's the one who's doing the main investigating, the main commission. Even though it's the Warren Commission, but they said should have been the Dulles Commission investigating this whole thing. It's like, it was just that guy. It was that one over there. That's Lee Harvey.
That better.
Lee Harvey with lone gunman. Yeah,
It's that,
just him.
it's that ex-communist over there. It's that expatriating communist. That
Even
just
though he's probably
decided to
asleep
come
at
back.
his house and he wasn't doing shit, but they talked to him. I bet it was just like that shooter where it's like, hey, we have to.
And really,
we have to
Stephen
find
King. Really, Stephen King. You're on the Lee Harvey. You know, I just gotta say that. Like, well,
What?
Stephen King is all about the lone gunman theory. He's on that train.
You know, he makes good stories. So just leave it at that.
He did.
You know what? I'm gonna put it like this. Like Michael Jordan.
I'm sick of his ass.
I'm gonna make a sports reference. Michael Jordan is a fucking asshole.
But he was
is.
the GOAT in basketball.
But are you gonna say that he was not the greatest basketball player to ever play in his time?
Agreed. But
No, you can't say that. But the
Stephen
thing
King
is,
was the most prolific writer.
horror writer.
Writer.
I mean,
of the
like,
21st
honestly,
century, 20th century.
So, like, for what
he wrote the most fiction.
For what he does
Pop
great
fiction.
is making amazing stories and the most detailed stories that I've ever read. And I've read a lot of books. I'm not a voracious reader, but I read a lot.
Yeah.
Or listen a lot. You know, whatever.
We probably read more than the average person, or at least listen to
Hey, the
more
average
than the
bear.
average. We're smarter than the average bear.
Yeah. So,
Doesn't look like it on camera, but we are.
I know, 'cause
we're smart.
well, here's the thing.
But you get stupid.
If we
when
had a
they-
coffee podcast where we're sitting there drinking coffee and we're actually kind of prepared. And,
if we had to do this for a living, we'd be better. So
well, actually, I'd still be drinking. I'd be like, he said the words.
2 shows a day. We have a morning show and a night show.
That would be too much. I would do 3 shows a week, though.
Coffee in the morning, booze at night.
Oh, yeah.
Before you go to bed.
Yeah, it's like in the morning, you're just like, all right, here, let me tell you about all the facts. And then, you know, the government sucks.
Yes. This sons of bitches.
Hey, we're starting to get close to election season, so I have to talk about this before we sign off.
Yes.
If you want to talk about your perfect ideal candidate.
Perfect ideal candidate.
No, the one, like, not what they're giving us.
Right.
Because they're basically giving us Biden and Trump, 2.0. Or, yeah, 2.0. Because this will be the second time. And if they're stupid enough to run Biden,
Well, they are.
Trump's going to win. I mean,
Well, he's out by May. We'll see. It's like
But if you got to have your pick out of all the would-be candidates, like, I'm not picking Trump. I'm not. I like him.
You're not going to nominate him in the
No.
primaries?
I'm saying, but like, if you have to pick,
I got to pick somebody.
if you have to pick somebody, I mean, I still kind of believe in RFK. Kind of. The reason I don't like him is I listen to a lot of Dave Smith. Dave Smith's shit.
I hear where you're coming from, but his position on 2A is not great.
But on what?
On 2A. Second Amendment.
Oh, no. Okay, I thought you said too late. I'm like, too late to you. I don't know what that means.
Too late.
Too late.
No, 2A. 2A, my friend.
Yes, but in his and he's very wrong on Israel Palestine. He's very wrong.
Yeah.
The whole COVID shit. If you read his book on the real Anthony Fauci, man, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
it's
just
good.
because you're good and you're clear-headed on one
But he's
perspective,
fucked
and
up.
vaccines, of course, but
No, and he's right because I mean, look at him. I mean,
Have him
or
in the
not even
cabinet.
look at him.
I'm not-
Listen to him.
I don't
Just
think he's...
listen to his voice.
I mean,
And there's a reason.
Even disregarding that, he's
Irregardless, it's not a word.
even disregarding his voice, he's a good cabinet person. Is he presidential material now? No.
He's a good. What's the medical people?
Advisor, like health advisor.
Health advisor.
The
I think he would be good at that.
what's it called?
Department of Homeland Vaccine Security. DHVS. He'd be perfect.
Deputy health secretary or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'd put him there. I'd put him there.
Well, in Fauci's position, put the motherfucker there.
I would put him there.
Because he could put doctors under him,
Yeah.
and then he'd have a board of doctors.
The reason
that don't work for fucking Big Pharma.
The reason I think that RFK would be a good candidate is I think that it's just a clear guess, but I think that he would put good people in the right positions. I think he would be better at that than Trump or Biden. I think he would.
Well, that's the thing.
Now,
as the boss, okay, you think of the country as.
I think he would delegate well. I think he would delegate well.
Think of the country as a big company. Think of the country as a big company.
Yeah, Fortune 500 company.
Okay. Yeah, your CEO. Okay, you got your health person. You got your day-to-day operations. You got your defense. You got all that stuff. Mm-hmm. That's the way a president operates. And you should run the country like a business because if the country ain't making money.
Was it FDR who had the circle cabinet?
I don't know.
I think it was. So, by the way, the only president to get elected 4 times. Well, not only 3 times.
They waived that whole thing because we was at war.
I understand that. But the only president to get elected 3 times and 4 times, but he died. But if it's the one that I'm thinking of, I think I have this right. He is the only one that would have like a circle cabinet, and his cabinet would be a bunch of guys, and he would sit back and listen. It was either circle or triangle. Anyways, he would have a cabinet, and he would sit back and he would listen to everyone's ideas first, and this is a really smart move because you got a lot of yes men.
Yeah,
it's like, this is what I think we should do. All right, what do you guys think? Oh, fucking, it's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're the smartest
guy
ever.
Yes, sir. You got it, sir. Yes. God, that's a great idea.
That's the best thing I've ever heard in my whole life. But like I said, if I'm getting this guy right, because I'm not sure if he's the right one. Anyway, he would sit back and like, here, give me your idea. Give me your idea. Give me your idea. Yours. All right, cool. All right, this is what we're going to do. And he would pick the best idea from the entire group. And he's like, all right, what's going to do with it? And it would completely eliminate the whole, we're just going to do all the dumb shit that I think. Because I don't care how smart you are. You got some dumbass ideas sometimes.
Yeah, nobody's on all the time, but that's why the best leaders are surrounded with the best people.
And that's what I want to see. Is I want to see, because like I understand, you're in a position.
You have to have a cabinet.
You're in a position.
You have to
for our government.
Well, first you have to be in place to actually make the decisions.
I understand that, but that's not what I'm getting. I'm talking about you have to be the type of person who would fucking kill your ego and say, like, I know I'm not smart in economics, so I want this guy. I know I'm not smart in foreign policy, so I want this guy. I know I'm fucking stupid when it comes to this shit, so I want this guy. I don't know shit about fucking science, but that guy does. He's amazing.
And
I want the disgruntled dumb guy who's an asshole.
Yeah.
Who knows all the shit, who's been overworked and who doesn't want to put up with his shit, and who's always like, man, I know all the right things, but
nobody listens to me.
I want that guy.
I want the guy. Yeah, I want the guy.
He's like, who's well versed.
I want the guy who got fired from Big Pharma because they created a fucked up medicine.
And who's sitting there just like,
he's just like, I fucking told him.
Everybody's gonna die.
Everyone's gonna die. I fucking told him. I want that guy.
It's like, it's gonna kill everyone. Everyone's gonna get hooked on this fucking, basically heroin.
Yeah.
Don't put it out there. It's like, well, we're going to make lots of profits. I'm like, well, you're stupid. Don't do it. That's a stupid.
Yeah, we're also going to kill lots of people.
It's like, yeah, but we're okay with it. Well, I'm not. And then you're like, oh, okay, you're fired. I want that guy. I want that guy.
Yeah.
I want the educator who actually was in schools, taught for fucking ever, was like, who went from teacher to principal to superintendent to fucking high up in the
deputy health director.
Education. Anyway, who goes all the way up the chain? Who's like, knows all the levels, and how all these kids are fucking stupid because we're just laying them. By the way, this is what gets on my mother nerves. The No Child Left Behind. Get rid of it.
What?
Get rid of it.
Like, what's that? Fresh Start, or what is it? Yeah, all the government.
Get rid of it.
No Child Left Behind.
Get rid of it.
Well, that was from Bush era.
No, get rid.
We know it's failed.
I don't give a fuck.
We know it's failed. I know, dude. I'm not an old school Republican.
Okay.
Just because I'm voting Republican doesn't mean that I I didn't change.
I
didn't change my position.
You want to talk about what grinds my gears?
I didn't
you
revert back to the old
what
neocon.
Grinds my fucking gears.
I mean, fuck Nikki Haley.
No, this is what grinds my gears, and I'm gonna tell you right now. If you don't turn your homework in on time,
you get a bad grade.
Okay, what's today's date? 18th. All right. School comes back on the 20th because everyone's off tomorrow, right? It says you have a homework assignment that is due. You have a paper that is due on the 20th of February 2024. Okay? You don't turn it in. You know what you get on that grade? You get a fucking 0. You know why? Because you did not turn that paper in on time.
Yep.
Unless you have a legitimate excuse, like I got hit by a bus yesterday,
right?
So I couldn't turn it in. Cool. That is a legitimate excuse. Not like, oh, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to let you make up that assignment and let you redo it 2 months from now because you're failing because you didn't turn in a major grade because you didn't fucking feel like it. And not only did you not feel like it, your parents are not involved enough to know that you have shit in time and not whooping your ass because your stupid ass is playing Xbox.
We left too much parenting.
Playing on your phone.
Well, it's called
dicking off.
It's called leaving the parenting to the state. And it's a bad call.
Well, guess what?
It's always a bad
Love don't live around here no more. Fuck that. Your ass is getting whooped if you don't turn that fucking paper in on time. And you know, I'm going to call your teacher and I'm going to say you give him a fucking 0. Because we don't do this shit because we have to set an example.
He needs to learn how
that
to fail.
You have deadlines. Like it or not, you have a deadline. While you're doing this system of you have to do this. You have a debt. You have to fucking do your papers. You have to do your homework. We all have shit we have to do. We are adults. And any adult that is watching this knows that we have
to get shit
we have
done
shit to do.
You have to get shit done on time or
we have
money doesn't flow right.
We have our taxes that are due.
That's right.
Every April.
And we all,
if
you're smart, you're starting now.
You have 4 months to do them. You have January, February, March, and the beginning of April.
I always have to wait till February because of investment.
Doesn't matter. You still have 2 extra months after that.
My shit's done by fucking March for
My
sure.
shit is done by February. It is done right now. You know why?
Good for you.
Because you don't have to. As soon as you get your fucking tax returns, not tax returns, your pay stubs and all your bullshit.
Your W-2s.
Your W-2s, you can do, or 1099s, or fucking 1158s, or 12 ready, set, hut.
1099s for your investment stuff, too.
You have all your shit way before. And then for them to go like, well, I mean, it's April 15th. So, it's okay. You can file an Why?
Well, they moved that.
Why do you have to do that? No, but it's the same thing with the kids' schoolwork.
Keep ranting, I gotta pee.
Go ahead. This kid's schoolwork, you have it February 20th. You are given this assignment with ample time. AMPLE. Ample time to get this shit done. And you refuse to do it. You know what that is? That is a parenting problem. Because I know that my children, if they don't get their shit done, there's consequences. And I will call their teacher up and say, no, I don't give a shit. They don't get to turn their shit in because they do not have a legitimate excuse. You know what their excuse is? I didn't feel like doing it. Cool. You get a 0. And you fail. And guess what? All your shit's gone because you fucked up and you don't feel like doing it because you wanted to watch fucking SpongeBob. Or some stupid movie, or play video games, or play on your phone, or do all the dumb shit you want to do. Nobody's here to save you because I know, and any good parent knows, that you have taught them what to do, that there's things due at a certain time, and you have to meet that deadline. Do not be late. You have somewhere to be there. Just be there on time. And what on time is? 15 minutes early. Every time. If you're playing on your phone in the parking lot, 15 minutes beforehand, you made it. Or dicking around or listen to a song in your car. Don't care. Be on time. Have them waiting on you. Never wait on somebody else. Never. It drives me crazy the fact that we just sit there as parents and put up with this shit to let our kids be failures. Because that's ultimately what it is. We're letting our kids fail because we don't have the fucking balls to tell them, hey, you do this shit when it's supposed to be done because they choose the time frame.
Well,
and it's not unreasonable.
Well, it's
time
because
frame.
of that.
No. It's not an unreasonable time frame. They'll give you a month to do a 3-page paper.
Well, that's
cool.
It's because of that, though, man.
It's fine.
That's why we're in the situation that we're in. You had 2 generations of people failing upwards. That's what Joe Biden is.
Falling up the stairs.
He failed upwards.
I don't even
The man, yeah. I mean, but okay, it's like I've already tooted this horn. If you're still voting Democrat, there's something wrong with your brain. And I know
No, there's nothing wrong with your brain if you're voting Democrat. It depends on the Democrat you're voting for.
Yeah, but
now
it's not the establishment. If you're voting for the establishment, if you're voting neocon, if you're voting for Nikki Haley, if you're voting for Joe Biden, if you're voting for the establishment, because
it's the people that you vote for. It doesn't matter. You could have a fucking great Democrat. You could have one. They just don't have one put it up right now. That's all. There could be.
Because the great Democrat they've silenced because they have an agenda.
But I'm
saying,
same thing
with same with.
Are you going to tell me right now?
Same thing with neocons like Mitch McConnell.
Are you going to tell me right now that there is not a great Republican in the midst, not a great Democrat that could be a really good president, a great libertarian that could be a good president? There could be, but they don't. But they're not putting them up. That's the problem.
Your closest thing would be Rand Paul.
Oh fuck! I'd go Rand Paul all day.
Yeah, because he's fiscally responsible. He'd get the balanced He'd get the budget balanced.
Yep.
And he has the libertarian values, and
saying,
he's totally anti-socialist because the motherfucker wrote a book about it.
But that's what I'm
ago.
saying is that you have people. They're not propping them up, but I'm saying there are people from different sections.
But at the same time,
Green Party,
but at the same,
Independent,
but at the same time,
Republican,
dude, you have
Democrat, Libertarian. You have all of these different people.
You have to break the calcified power structure that is.
And Trump was supposed to, and it didn't happen.
He just might this time, though. He's all we got. They wouldn't be trying to. They are scared shitless of that man becoming president again. You don't go after somebody that hard.
If they were that scared, you know what they should have done?
They're that scared.
No, the thing is, if you were really that scared, you would put up people who make sense to be an actual
but they don't because there's.
That's not what I'm saying.
Because there's an agenda.
I know. Because they don't love Jesus.
But yeah, that's part of it too. They love the other guy.
Love Jesus
because they made the deal with the other guy.
Yeah,
they made the deal with the other guy,
Samson.
He goes by many names.
I want to talk to Samson.
Yeah.
Anyways, hey, by the way, we have lots of people that we can put up and we can prop up to be great presidents, great people.
But early voting in Texas starts on March 5th.
But we refuse to do it, and it really sucks.
It's not that we refuse, man.
Really?
It's not that we...
Pat Green, let's do it.
Wave on wave. Wave on wave.
Wave on.
Wave on wave party.
I'm sorry, I meant Pat Buchanan. Pat Green's a drunk fucking country singer. No, he was in Weatherford on stage just going...
You know, we actually play wave on wave.
I know, but he was up there.
We play.
He was up there hammered drunk, just like.
Well, that's his only.
He's like, what? It's like, dude,
we're all playing this hand.
It's like, fucking wake up, dude.
Anyways,
like. There's kids in the audience. You fucking lush. Come on, man. I loved you.
I saw him at Billy Bob's.
I saw
him at Billy Bob's.
I saw him in fucking Cowboys San Antonio in like 2002. No, 2003. Yeah. And he was amazing. Like, what happened? Get your shit together. I know that you're 98 years old, but come on, man.
Come on, man.
Anyways, here's the point.
No. The thing is,
CIA.
man, when you go into
kiss my ass.
Let me wrap up the thing that you just got off of. But
Tom O'Neill rules.
Okay, to go into politics, the power game. Okay, man, you have to be willing to take it because you can't just be a random somebody that stands up for the interest of the people because they will destroy you. They will destroy you.
Porter and Greg, 2028.
They will destroy us.
I'm just kidding. 2050.
They will destroy
We're not old
us.
enough.
They will destroy us. They will character assassinate. They'll dig up all the dirt and they'll plaster it everywhere till you will.
You know what you should do?
You have nothing left.
You should join our bar. Enjoy.
You should join our bar by donating. You should subscribe. It's free. It's free.
Just click the fucking button.
Just click the button, click the like, click the thing that goes like this.
You know what we're going to do?
Share it because we're on, Rumble and shit. But
hey,
okay.
We're going to drink a beer to you.
Keep coming down the rabbit hole.
Because we love you.
Okay, kids, you got a homework assignment.
All the people.
Everybody, get into Devil's Chessboard and email us and chat us.
Hey,
chat us.
And if you're in a conspiracy, well, then we're just going to talk about it.
And stay tuned because we will be live streaming the preliminaries, the primaries on March 5th.
And I have an idea, and
early voting starts in 2 days.
And I want to steal this from Ryan Sickler because this guy's fantastic, and I love what he does. Yeah. It's something that I've been wanting to do for like fucking 3 years that we've been doing this. Whether or not it does anything for us, I want to hear good stories. So, like, when we went hunting.
Yeah.
Shit, I forgot his name earlier.
Stories are
Reggie. That son of a bitch. Reggie's got some fucking Reggie. Fucking Reggie. That boy's got some stories.
We don't even have to. I'll get him on. I'll get him recorded.
I'm just saying, like, that's the kind of stuff that I want to do from here to there randomly. I just want to hear some fucking wild ass stories.
That's right.
I love a good story. I don't give a fuck who you are. I almost got in a fight last night. I love a good story.
Nice.
Hey, thank you, Crispy and Dylan. Good birthday. People's Republic, good little shout out to you. You almost got me in a fight in a parking lot.
The communist bar?
Yeah.
Is it a communist bar?
No.
Is that why you get in a fight?
No, it's basically, okay, you know 50-50?
I've been in it. I've been in the People's? I've been in the People's Republic.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
But yeah, it's pretty much that. The last time that I was there before last night, we put on a helmet from when I climbed, and we used me as a pool stick, and I scored a 8-ball. So yeah,
all right,
and not the drugs. I meant the actual ball.
He scored an actual 8-ball in the pocket.
I want to play pool.
Cool.
Hey, and I'm undefeated in ping pong still from last night. I fucking ruined everyone because I'm still good. Anyways, we love you. You're all the best.
Check us out because we're live streaming for the election.
When's the election?
It's March 5th.
Oh, perfect. My camping trip is right before that. Beautiful.
Okay. March 5th. It's now the 20th.
Camp trip, Ratcliffe Lake. See you there.
It's 27th. Yeah, it's like 2 weeks from now.
Yep.
2 weeks from now. We'll be live streaming on Election Day. Stay tuned. Thanks, and continue down the rabbit hole with us.
And hopefully, maybe this time we'll go through and we'll see who the hottest chicks in government are again. That was fun.
Write in and tell us how we can be better. Anyways, sweet lives. Peace out, and thanks for all the fish.
Love you.
Bye.